Columbia, Maryland to the Traders Library, which was I'm not even sure if it's even a place anymore. I'm not sure if it even exists. Now that I'm thinking about it, when I'm done here, I'm going to have to Google it and see if the Traders Library still exists. But I used to go out there every week and I'd buy something. I paid $50 a week, room and board at my aunt and uncle's house. Same uncle that inspired me to get into trading when I was 14 and 15 years old, but it wasn't interested because I was into martial arts, and that's all I cared about then. Just like anybody else, like kids, you know, they ain't gonna listen to you, even though you have the right instructions and guidance. You don't want to listen. And just like many of you, you're like my children. Some of you are probably older than me, but you still act like a child. You don't listen to good advice. And some of you act like that I had no adversities, like it was just too easy for me. It was unfair. Everything worked out for me. You have no idea the darkest corners of where I was, where I came from. I didn't have the courage to do what I said I was going to do when I got on that bridge. But something inspired me to go home and stop thinking about that. And when I got home that evening, I pulled out the price charts, which was a weekly service that was I got it for the financials and the agricultural markets. And it was ran by Nick Van Nice. He's the guy that you know as a hidden divergence or trend following divergence in stochastics. He's the guy that codified that. George Lane didn't do that, and nobody else ever did either. And me and Larry Williams are the only ones that ever give that guy credit for that. But he had a service that, as a commodity trader, we updated our charts by hand. And I pulled out the charts. I was looking at them, and it just looked like Greek to me. Like I was disconnecting. Like I wasn't interested in it anymore. For the first time, I looked at these things and said, I don't know what I'm doing. Like I can't see what it is that I'm supposed to see. And I just basically at my wit's end, I said, you know, God, I never really invited you into this. But I feel broken. I feel like I have no worth. And I don't want to be here. I was never more interested in anything else in my life prior to that day than I was in the markets. And in that day, I was ready to disconnect everything. And I just laid it on the line. I said, I know you exist. I know you've been with me, and I know I'm here because of you. But why? Like, what do I have to show for it? Like, I work so hard at this, and I can't get it to work. So I said, I'm going to ask you something. And you know my heart right now, and I mean it. If you open my eyes and my understanding, I swear I'll spend the rest of my life helping other people do it. I closed the charts, and I laid there. I cried until I went to sleep. It wasn't until that weekend I grabbed the charts again. I started looking through them. I was just literally looking at them, having no understanding of what it was I was going to look for. Nothing. And I thought about what I had asked. And I hear, look. I'm looking around the room. Now I'm crazy. Because now I'm imagining things because that's what I want it to happen. I'm looking at the market, looking at the chart. I don't know what I'm looking at. Like, why would it go up from there? Mind you, I'm only looking at longs. I was afraid of going short. I didn't understand selling something I don't have. And I would look at these rallies and these points of inception where the market starts to go up, and it was like, it's like reading a foreign language you've never learned before. It's like, what am I looking at? Like, what do I know by looking at that? Look at that. My attention would go to somewhere else on the chart. And I already know that some of you are thinking, this isn't happening. I don't care. I'm not monetizing this. I'm not preaching to you. But some of you want to know. I'm not ashamed of it. I'm undeserving. I think the only reason why he let me see these things is because I asked that I would be gifted that way I could service. I serve with this information. Because to be honest with you, listen,